Hey, what's up? Welcome to another video. This is a bit different from the other videos we've done. We're back on camera, which we haven't done since FIFA, which is like over a year ago now. I stopped doing on-camera videos when I was doing Red Dead. And then obviously I didn't feel it was needed for those kind of videos. And I don't know, I feel with Tarkov, I'm loving Tarkov. I want to come back on camera for a bit. It's different when you're playing an online game, I think, to playing offline games and just doing information and all that kind of stuff. But we still want to be relatively quick into the information. That's always something we try and do on the channel. We do try and be quick onto the information that you've clicked on the video for. So I'm obviously not going to hold you on for too longer. Another thing we're changing is the intro. I don't think you need those corny intros on YouTube anymore where you come in. When mine was, hey guys, Lethal Leslie here. And that's not too bad. But I was consistently saying that, I think, to roll me into the videos. I just don't think I need it anymore so much, you know. So we're going to get into this one. Today we're going to be building out a Val, the best possible Val in the game. Just ignore all this stuff. This is just me checking on my stuff because I have no stash space. I am so packed out. And this is the Val we're going to be building here today. I think this is the best possible Val you can build. Obviously the scope is optional. Everyone picks their own scope. Currently I've got a red dot on this Val here. Let's go ahead and dismantle it. And we'll start it from scratch. So the Val itself, if we filter by item, you can see it's going for 77k right now. Absolutely bare. That is a lot of money for a Val, in my opinion. It's not a cheap weapon, but what's good about the Val is you can build the best possible Val without having to add too much value to it once you've started it off. So now that we've got the weapon at 77k, the rest of the stuff isn't really too expensive, so it doesn't come in at too high a price when you do decide to build yourself a high-end Val. So let's go and add some stuff to it now, and we're going to start off with the suppressor. Suppressor should go straight on there, and this is the suppressor I'm using. It comes with a gun as standard, so if you did buy the gun standard, you would get this suppressor. I definitely suggest that you buy all these starter pieces to get the weapon up and running as a whole. It's going to cost you a lot less. For example, if we were to try and buy this now, filter by item, it would cost us another 23k, so that's already 100k, whereas you can get the lot as a bulk to start off the build much cheaper than going out and buying each item individually. So that's the suppressor on there. Next we're going to go and stick on the stock. Again, you can get different stocks. You can get yourself a tube and then put loads of different stocks on. But personally, I really just don't think there are much stocks that match up to this stock or are way better than it. You can get some that definitely are just as good. You can get one with maybe 39 or 38 aerodynamics. Sorry, 38 recoil and 9 aerodynamics, so some would say that's better. This one has slightly less recoil. The gun has good aerodynamics as it is, so we're going to stick with the standard stock. So that's another standard item you get to keep, and you do not need to buy another item for it, so I think that's cool as well. Next up, we're going to be sticking the pistol grip. Again, this is the Val's standard pistol grip, so you do have another option, the one with the tube at the back. We're not going to be using that. We're going to be using the standard because obviously we stuck with the standard stock. So with sticking with the standard stock, you don't really have an option for another pistol grip. And that makes the weapon functional. Of course, it does come with a magazine, usually a 20 clip magazine. We have upgraded that. But that is the weapon as functional, really. The dust cover will be on it as well, which is cheap as chips. Filter by item, let's have a look. Yeah, you can get the dust cover for absolutely nothing. As well as the rear sight as well. You can just chuck that on there. It comes at around the K. And that's basically it for everything that comes standard with the Val. So if your Val's any different to that, you might be missing one of those pieces. It's really hard to go very wrong when building a Val. There's just not much places to go. So that's all the standard parts of the Val built now. This should be how you get your Val anyway if you buy it as standard. Of course, like I said, you will have the 20 clip. But this is the stuff we're adding now. We've got another 5 or 6 things to add here. And as you can see, there's not really much here to add to a Val. So far, I could say you're probably paying around 90k for the Val as standard. And then we're going to add all this stuff, which is going to make it come in at a reasonable price of around 150. So anyway, let's carry on, and we're going to add this mount next. This is just a mount for the front of the suppressor. You can see it has 3 mounts where you can stick stuff onto it. 2 tactical and 1 foregrip. So we'll chuck that on the front. And then we're going to go ahead and chuck on our laser for now, because that's next here. And the laser is just going to go on the side, just your standard blue laser. You can get a red if you prefer. Personally, I like the blue. And then we're going to go and stick on one of the most expensive things we're going to be adding to it, if not the most expensive thing, in fact. And that is going to be the foregrip. Now, the foregrip is the RK1 foregrip, and it's very expensive. It's the one that pulls out to the side. Filter by item, let's have a look at it. And it goes for 48k right now, so it's not cheap. Obviously, it does fluctuate. Sometimes it's up as far as 60k, depending. But you can actually get it off the skier, as you can see here. If you have got skier, level 2, and they're in stock, because a lot of the times things just aren't in stock, you can pick this up for 45k, so that is kind of like the standard price. So we'll chuck that on there now. And what does that do for the weapon as well? It is going to add 4 recoil and 4 aerodynamics, so it does give a good balance. Personally, if I was to build this gun, I wouldn't actually go for the best version, but this is probably the best balanced version that you can use. I would just go for something a little bit more chill with maybe 2 recoil and 7 aerodynamics is the one I like, I think. And it goes for around 10k or something like that, or 7k. You can get cheaper options. I just don't feel it's desperately needing this foregrip on it, but obviously it is the best option, so that's why we're chucking it on here today. And then the next thing we're going to add is going to be the 30 round mag. It comes standard with a 20, and you do want to upgrade to the 30 because it shoots bullets extremely fast. And if we filter by item on this, you can see that it goes for 39k at the moment, but you can pick it up for 28k if it's in stock. But obviously that's not always the case, so it's coming in at about 40k right now. Before we chuck it on, you can see it has no negative effects to the gun whatsoever, so that's great as well. But it is a 30 round mag, which makes it obviously a lot better. And then last but not least, we have a double here really. It's the mount for the gun and then the sight. So the mount you're going to want is the low side mount. And the reason you want the low side mount is because this is what makes the gun actually look nice and tidy. You can get the high side mount, and I hate them. It feels like the scope is like, I don't know, a meter off the gun. I hate them, basically. I would not use the high side mount. I think it looks terrible. Personally, I'd go for the low one. It does do +1 aerodynamics as well, so it actually has a positive effect on the weapon, which is quite nice. And then, as for the sight, you can go long range, you can go short range, you can go for your favourite sight, of course. Whatever your favourite sight is, this will take most standard sights on the game. And we're going to take the red dot ourselves, because I quite like the red dot. It's clean. And that's why I like to use it. So we'll pop that on the weapon now. And this is your AS Val. Best possible build in my opinion. Again, as I've said once, there are certain things I wouldn't put on it. I wouldn't go for the RK1 myself. I would go for something a little bit cheaper. I don't think it's worth it. But the gun does come in at a reasonable price as well. And you can see the recoil vertical and horizontal on this weapon is insane. What we'll do now is I'm going to take it into the hideout so we can just show you that recoil in action. It's really, really good. So we're in the hideout now. Let's head over to the shooting range. We've got our killer mask on at the moment. Can't really see much. That's not the Val. Let's switch that over. Let's press N to open this as well. Come on, let's open it up. It won't let me open the killer mask now. Well, that's not very good, is it? Can we open it in the stash, I wonder? The stash is here. Let's open the stash. Turn off. Back. There we go. We can open it there. Buzzing. Let's try it out again, shall we? And it's in slot number 3. So what I like about the Val a lot, and this is with no control whatsoever, you can just aim straight for the belly area and it'll hop right up to around the head and thorax. You can see the recoil there from the first shot is literally nothing. If you have a look now, look at that recoil. This is the first bullet we sent right into his chest there. The rest of them hit his thorax, upper chest, and then a lot of them just hit his head. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullets hit the guy's neck and head, and that was without any recoil control whatsoever. So if you aimed for around this area right here, surely they would bounce a lot around here. There's almost no recoil, and if you get your bullets on target left and right ways, like horizontally, then the vertical will take care of itself. That's the way I suggest you use the Val. Make sure you're getting it on target, hit the guy in the chest if you want, and you're going to just nail so many bullets into them that it'll just tear through someone, assuming you have the right ammo. So we have mentioned the ammo, so let's talk about which ammo is the best option for you. We've got the BP rounds right here, and these are the best ammo options when it comes to the Val. There are other options that are good, but nothing compares to this ammo basically. So if you're going to use any ammo, I suggest you use this one. It is lethal, but the Val shoots extremely fast. So at 100 and, let's see what they are, 1,000 something actually, filtered by item. 1,500 a shot, it can get pretty expensive pretty fast. If you want to bring a few mags, it can get really expensive to be honest. So it is the best option when it comes to ammo. It's not the only option. If we go to the clip here and we go linked search, you do have some other options. For example, the SP6 here is very good, 600. The SPP is very good at 900, and the SP5 is probably an avoid in my opinion at 142. You can see even that's not that cheap on the market, but personally I would not go for the SP5. So the SP6, the SPP, and then if you really want to go nuts, go for the BP in the Val, and it will definitely tear through your opposition. So that's your best possible Val build right there. It comes in at around 150 to 180k, depending on things like scope that you take, bullets that you take can have a big difference to that price as well. So it's actually not too bad in my opinion. When there are guns out there that can cost 400k, the Val is definitely a cheap, really good option. It can actually deal with any player on the game if you're on target. Like I said, if you've got that horizontal target on point, the vertical will take care of itself. As long as they're not too far away, of course. Every gun is hard to hit from distance. So that's it for the building side of it. Let's take this into a very real, definitely not fake online raid, where we're going to be taking on very real, definitely not fake, hard quality PMCs. Definitely. Oh shit, I forgot armor. Lol. I had killer armor on, yeah, so I pulled it off. And I'm supposed to put other armor on, but I forgot it. You love to see it. Shot at you? Oh, no, there's someone there. On the roof, mate. I'm dead. Yeah. So we lost the Val, because that's TARKOV. We didn't, we forgot our armor. I think that's what killed us. You see, we got killed in the thorax, forgot our armor. We came up against the scav boss. We would have been able to avoid the death probably, and readjusted ourselves if we had some armor. That's classic. We did kill one of the scav bosses by TR, or one of his crew anyway. We got one of them on the reserve map. But yeah, it didn't go too well. We ended up dying early, and that's TARKOV, and you know, we'll probably lose that loot, and that's just the way it goes. So that's going to be the end of this one anyway. Go make yourself the best possible Val. Do a bit better than I did with it, hopefully anyway. And I'm going to leave this video there. If you liked the video, like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching as always, and take it easy.